Hi, this is Brother Sean with eLearning Brothers. In this tutorial, I'd like to show you how to get started using the Click and Reveal Adobe Captivate templates. So I have one open up right now. I'm using Adobe Captivate 8, and the example I'm showing you is the responsive example, but know that the same example will be the same for using a blank project as well. In this tutorial, I will show you how to use this template in an existing project. I will show you how to change the colors and styles of all the objects. I'll show you how to change the number of buttons or clickers. I'll show you how to add your own content, text, images, as well as adding your own narration. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with adding this to an existing project. For this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and just open up a new project, and I'll show you how to add this to this project. So this new project I just added would be something similar to what you might have as like your real project that you're working on, and you just simply downloaded this template and you want to be able to use it inside of your existing project. So what you do is just go to the template file, and in the film strip mode, just go ahead and select the slide or slides that are appropriate or that are associated with this template. In this example, there's only one. You would right click on it and select copy. Now you'll go to your existing project and find the place that you'd like to insert it. Right click in the film strip mode. You can really right click anywhere in here and then simply just hit paste. Okay, and you'll notice that it pasted it right into the project, and once it's pasted in here, you can just move it around just like normal in Captivate and replace or position it where you would like. Okay, next I would like to show you how to change the colors and styles of all the objects within this template. We kind of have just like the default kind of theme that we think would look good for this template, but we really want to empower you to be able to rebrand it and really match the style, look, and feel of your particular project or company. First, let's go ahead and take a look at the buttons here. You'll notice that the buttons are leveraging the styles that are pre-built within Captivate. We went ahead and created some of our own styles, but we're leveraging the same styles features that Captivate has, so each of these buttons is actually using the same style name. That means if we modify the style, the look and feel of any of these buttons, then that'll apply to all of them as we update that style. You'll note also that there is the different states for the buttons, so you want to make sure you update the colors and the different style for each of those states so that it cascades for all of that. All you need to do is just simply go out and just start modifying the colors. I think for this example, we'll go ahead and just do kind of a green color. Maybe we'll add a little bit of a stroke color here too. So let's go ahead and do maybe a 1 pixel stroke. And let's go ahead and modify our font just a little bit. Maybe we'll make it a little bit bigger. We could bold it. Could change the font style if we want. I'm going to go ahead and update the font color. We'll do a dark green. And I think that's about what we want for it. You'll notice that my style name is now detached, indicated by a plus sign, meaning that we have modified this style and it is no longer attached to that tab style. And what we want to do is actually save over the existing style so that it updates it for all the other objects using that style. And the way we do that is by clicking this little menu here on the Properties panel. And we're going to go Save Changes to the existing style. And now every object that had that style attached to it will now be updated. So all of our button files just got updated. You can use that same technique for every object within the template file. So if we wanted to go in and look at the introduction, like the title, which is going to be the same style that is applied to all the titles for the entire interaction, we could go out there, click on it, and we could update the font if we like. We could update the size of it. Let's maybe make it a little bit smaller. Update the color. Really, you have full control to update it however you would like. You could change it to maybe be centered now on the page instead of left justified. Give it some margins, like some padding around. Once you get it just right how you want it, you'll want to go ahead and do the same thing and save changes to to the existing style, and that'll update it for all other titles within this template. You can do the same thing for your content text here, the caption here, and the white box behind. So every element within the template files, we try to attach it to a style, leveraging that awesome feature within Adobe Captivate. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to eliminate some of the button options. So if you don't really want 7 tabs for this particular template, if you only want 5 tabs to show and you don't want the 6th and 7th one, very easy to get rid of them. All you need to do is just move them off to the side of the stage. To show this, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit so I can see the outside edge of the stage. And all I'm going to do is just select tab 7 and select tab 6 and remove them off to the side of the stage. If you are using the responsive template, you might need to do an additional step because it might still show on the other views. The easiest way to get rid of those for the other views is to just click on it, right click it, and then hit Apply Position Properties to all views so that all the other views remaining will inherit the same properties and keep it over on the side. And you see how that kept it on the side for all the other views. We'll do that to tab 7 also. And there is no need to delete or remove like the content text that is associated with these tabs. You could just leave that in there, and since these tabs are hidden over here, there's no way that the user is going to be able to actually go and click on them and actually show that content. So you're safe there. And the reason I would recommend not deleting it is, first off, there might be some additional code that if you delete it, it might break the template. But also, and probably more importantly, is if you delete it and then you get into your process of developing, and maybe someone comes back and say, you know what, we actually do need one more tab or one more section of content. And then you're kind of in trouble because you'll have to reprogram and copy and paste and have to really build that functionality back into the template. So it's better just to put it off to the side just in case you need it again. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to import your own content and images into the template file. To begin with, I'm going to show you how we've structured the template files so that you know where to go and update this content. I'm going to go into our timeline, and as you're in the timeline, you'll notice some different groupings in here. We have content intro group, we have content 1, we have content 1, content 2, content 3, all these different groupings in here. So if you want to update the introduction text here, I'm going to go ahead and just open up that group so you can see what's in there. We have content intro header and content intro text. And if I just hide and show those, you can see on the stage what those are. Very simple to update. You can just double click into it, and whatever your updated content would be for that. If you're working from a storyboard, you could just get rid of this, copy and paste your new stuff into it. Very simple to do that. You'd want to do that for each one of the tabs that you'll be using. So you just simply hide the intro, show the content 1, double click into it, copy and paste your new text or type it, and just do the same thing and just work your way all the way down. If you like to add an image, let's say an image to content 1, what we'll do is go into, you can either go to your library, and if you already have an image in here, you could drag it in to your stage. But I'm going to actually go and import a new image and click open, and now I have that new image in here. And I'm just going to scale her down, make it a little bit smaller, and give you this a little side tip here on positioning. Since this is positioned on the right and the bottom, kind of closer to the right and the bottom of the screen, I'm actually going to anchor it down there, and I'm just going to do that just right here. I'm going to do a 12% and then a 9%, and that should work really well for this template. And the reason I do that, just as a side note, is that when you scale it down to the different sizes, you see how she scales and she's anchored in that corner. That keeps it really nice and clean, and as it even goes down into mobile. And really on the mobile view, I might even just remove her off to the side because it might not be that important on the mobile view to have that image. Anyway, so now I need to actually show you how to include that into tab 1 so that when the user clicks tab 1, that image shows along with the content. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to first click on her, and in the properties, Just like anything in Captivate, if you don't want it to show from the get-go, you need to make sure you make the visibility not visible, right? And so if I click on the content, you'll see that it's already set to that also. So you just need to make sure your image is set like that too. Otherwise, Captivate will just naturally show the image when it publishes. Okay, so now it will not show, but we need to associate it with the group so it will show when we click it. And the way we do that now is just, I'm going to hold down Shift so I can select both of these items. So I selected the group 1 and the image, and now I'm going to right click on it and hit group. And what that's going to do is it's going to place that image right inside my content 1 group. So if I open that up in the timeline, you'll see image and then both my content, the header and the text in here. And now it's all grouped together. And just as like an organization thing, you'll notice that Captivate automatically puts it at the top of the timeline when I do that grouping. I like to grab it and just put it back in order just to keep it clean and tidy. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you is how to add narration audio to the template file. Now what we like to actually do is I'm going to show you how to add narration so that when you click tab 1, it'll play an audio file, and then when you click tab 2, it plays a different audio file, and it stops the audio file that might have been playing on tab 1. Now keep in mind also, adding audio requires a little bit of a higher understanding and a higher capability of using Adobe Captivate software. We're going to be going into the advanced actions to be making these modifications. Also note that I already have in my library, I have recorded audio for tab 1 and tab 2, which I will show you how to hook up. I am not going to be showing you actually how to record your own audio within Adobe Captivate. That's something that Adobe has done a great job on supplying tutorials and support on how to do that. But know that you can actually record your own audio right here, or you can import your own audio by going into Media and importing audio. So to begin with, let's go up to our Advanced Actions, which is under Project and then Advanced Actions. And we're going to go into Existing Actions. So we'll click this drop-down menu, and you notice that all the advanced actions are in here that control the tabs. Pretty self-explanatory. We have our Make Tab 1 visible, Make Tab 2 visible, and so forth. And that's where we're going to go. We're going to go into Tab 1, and we have all these actions that are already pre-programmed for you to make that tab 1, when you click it, make it do all the stuff it does. So it wants to hide and show different things. And we're just simply going to come down here and just add some additional actions. First thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and actually have it play an audio clip. So we're going to go play audio, and then we can go out and just select that in our library. And I want it to play tab 1, and I click OK. And then we're going to add one more action, which is going to be stop triggered audio. And that's going to stop any other audio clip that might have already been triggered. Now I actually got these slightly out of order here because Captivate will read them from the top down, and we actually want to stop the triggered audio before we play our new one. So while that one's selected, I'm just going to go over here and just bump it up, and that's perfect. And now I'm going to go down to the bottom, and I'm going to do update action, and it was successfully updated. And now I'm going to go into my tab 2, and I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to get it in order, and I'm going to go get the stop triggered audio first, and then we're going to do play audio, and then select my tab 2 audio and click OK. And you do that for each tab. Make sure you update your action so that it saves, and you'd want to do that for each tab, and then that would be all that you need to do to add your narration. If you did want to add narration just like on the introduction so that it just plays here, you just simply want to put it right here on your timeline. Usually it just imports right in here at the bottom, and then you just extend the timeline length to accommodate that audio clip. So that's how you kind of get started using the click and reveal templates. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you, and yeah, happy e-learning, and we appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot.